We are here in beautiful Cape Cod, here to check out 3 beautiful towns here, and we're going to be checking out Hyannis, Chatham, and Provincetown. Hey everyone, Scott the Scott Man, and welcome. It is a beautiful morning out, and we are starting off our adventure today here in the beautiful town of Hyannis, which is part of Barnstable. Hyannis is a place with a lot of great shops, restaurants, museums, and art too. So let's go for a walk around downtown Hyannis. I've been really enjoying my walk along Main Street so far here in Hyannis. A beautiful town. And over here, this is the John F. Kennedy Hyannis Museum. It's a museum dedicated to the Kennedys' time here in Cape Cod, because the Kennedy family, they had their summer getaway here in Cape Cod. It was located just a few miles here from downtown Hyannis. Unfortunately, the museum is closed today. I think they're only open like 3 days a week, and it's not going to be when I'm going to be here, which is a shame, but I'll have to come back and check it out sometime. And over across the street, that is the Hyannis Armory. After John F. Kennedy won the presidential election and Richard Nixon, who is the opponent, after he conceded, JFK came over to the Hyannis Armory and he gave his acceptance speech at the Armory. So over here we have the artist shanties. Each week during the warmer months, different artists will come into these shanties and present their art to the world. And further east on South Street we have the Cape Cod Maritime Museum. Unfortunately, the museum is closed today. It's like I'm picking the wrong day to come to Hyannis, but at least it looks really cool. The museum is a great way to learn more about the maritime history here in Cape Cod, because Cape Cod has been, for many years, been huge with like the whaling industry back in the day. Although I don't know about today because it's kind of controversial. But also, like, especially with fishing, the fishing industries and things like that. But yeah, I'll have to come back sometime to check it out. Over here we have the ferry terminal, where you have a fast ferry and also a car ferry, which can take you over to not only Nantucket but also Martha's Vineyard. So Hyannis is the place to go if you want to take a ferry over to the islands, again to Nantucket or to Martha's Vineyard. I'm not planning to go there on this trip, but I definitely should check one of them, at least, or probably both of them out sometime though. And it looks like this is another ferry route to take over to Nantucket as well as Martha's Vineyard. But yeah, it's like with Nantucket, for example, it's like there's a couple things that come to mind about Nantucket. First, of course, it's the setting of the classic 90s sitcom Wings. Great show, by the way. And also, this poem I will share with you. There once was a man from Nantucket. Wasn't that great? All right, let's continue. And over here we have a somber memorial to the late President John F. Kennedy, our 35th president. I've really enjoyed Hyannis, a very beautiful town. But before I head on to the next town, I need to go get some lunch. So I'll head back in the town to get something great to eat. And I found a place. Here is the Black Cat Tavern. Before I was here online, they got some great seafood and award-winning chowder. If it's award-winning, I have to have it because I need to have New England clam chowder at least once while I'm here in Massachusetts. So let's go across the street and get some food. All right, so I made it inside, and nice cozy interior in here, lots of space. Although I probably would have just said it's kind of like the opposite. Cozy is usually small, but anyway, lots of seats available. But yeah, just had some of their award-winning chowder, and it is absolutely delicious. Lots of potato, clam, very creamy and delicious. I could tell it's award-winning. Definitely the best chowder I've ever had. But not only that too, but I got their lobster cake sandwich. I've had crab cake before, but I've never had lobster cake. And of course a bag of the Cape Cod kettle chips. So we're gonna dig into this lobster cake. Very spicy and delicious.
23's here.
You can taste the lobster. I'm not sure what the sauce is. It might be like a remoulade sauce or something, but it's very spicy, very tangy, amazing food. So glad I found this place. Great spot if you're looking for great food in Hyannis. All right, so let's get on the road and head east towards Chatham. Welcome to Chatham, Massachusetts. It is the elbow of Cape Cod. Compared to Hyannis, this is a much smaller town, but it is not small in all the cool things you can see and do here. Chatham was settled back in the 17th century by William Nickerson and his family. As a matter of fact, even earlier in 1606, explorer from France, Samuel de Champlain, made landfall here too. After the Revolutionary War, Chatham began to grow as it really was involved with the shipbuilding, fish exporting, and salt production businesses. And today it is a great place for tourism as well as summer residences and for retirement. What a beautiful community Chatham is. So let's get out of the downtown and check out some cool sights that you can see here in Chatham. And over here we have a beautiful grist mill. This is the Godfrey Windmill. This was built back in 1797 by Colonel Benjamin Godfrey. And unfortunately, the grist mill the windmill was damaged in a storm back in the early 20th century, but it was moved to its present location for everyone to enjoy here in Chatham. And not too far away from the windmill, this is the Atwood Museum. This beautiful home was built back in the 1750s by Sea Captain Joseph Atwood. The house is very similar to a lot of the homes built here in Cape Cod during the 1700s and the 1800s. If you go inside, unfortunately it's closed the day I'm here, but inside you have the Main Street Cape Cod exhibit, which will show you how the Main Street which ran through each community helped from their heritage. Alright, so let's head closer to the water and we'll check out a pretty cool lighthouse. And over here at the eastern end of Chatham overlooking the Atlantic Ocean, this is the Chatham Lighthouse. This beautiful lighthouse is a part of the U.S. Coast Guard. So unfortunately we can't really go up close to the lighthouse, but it's still really cool to see from afar. But across the way we have a cool lookout of the Atlantic Ocean. Isn't this a beautiful sight? It's really, really peaceful just to look out at the Atlantic Ocean and just feel the breeze. And speaking of feeling the breeze, gotta make sure this hat doesn't fly off of me. Alright, so yeah, I've had a great time checking out Chatham today. Very beautiful community. So coming up next, on a different day, we're gonna be heading up the Cape over to Provincetown. So don't go anywhere. And we're here at our last stop in our Cape Cod town tour. So we're all at the tip of Cape Cod, and this is Provincetown, or P-Town. It's a beautiful community which has been home to many artists, sailors, pirates, fishermen, authors for many, many years, and is a very popular attraction, especially in the summertime. And this is also around the area where the Pilgrims made their first landing before they eventually went over to what's now Plymouth. So let's go for a little walk around Provincetown. Well, I gotta say, it's a very nice community. I really enjoyed my little walk so far. We're gonna get a little treat here. So we're at the Provincetown Portuguese Bakery. They've been open since 1936, and they got a lot of great baked goods, especially Portuguese classics. They got like pastel de nata there, and there's also supposed to have some really good malassadas there too. So I'm gonna go inside and grab one.
All right, so inside, got a lot of baked goods, and you just order at the counter, and have some great homemade food here. So here's one of their malassadas. It's basically like fried dough. It's almost remind me of beignets a little bit, like the ones I had in New Orleans, but a lot larger. Lots of powdered sugar, so this is gonna be really good. Oh, this is really amazing. Packed full of flavor, nice and soft inside. Baked to perfection.
That was delicious, yeah. Apparently the malassadas there are probably their most famous item. In fact, so famous that when they're really busy that they sometimes sell out early in the day. But yeah, they've been making them since 1936, and I absolutely love them. But yeah, like malassadas are a thing out of Portugal, and it's great that there's a place here in the United States where you can get one that's top notch. I also heard that lobster pot place is supposed to be really good, have some great lobster, but unfortunately they're not quite open yet for the season, although by the time this video goes up they should be open. And over here on the east side of Provincetown, we have the Provincetown Art Association and Museum. What's cool about Provincetown is that it is the oldest continuous art colony in the United States. Because as you walk around Provincetown, you see all sorts of different art galleries. Like there's I was walking down the street, I've counted like well over a dozen. Then I'm sure there's a lot more than that. So it's like, what's cool about with all these different art galleries, you can check out a lot of great local art here. But there's another cool museum we have to check out here in Provincetown, so we'll head over there next. And we made it all the way up to the top of the hill, and we have the Pilgrim Monument and the Provincetown Museum. So the Pilgrim Monument itself is 252 feet tall, and it's a commemoration to the Pilgrims making their first landing here in Cape Cod before they eventually settled over in Plymouth, further to the west. And it's also a great place to learn some great history about Provincetown and the area. I gotta say, that was really cool. Yeah, make sure to check out the Pilgrim Tower when you're visiting, or technically it's the Pilgrim Monument. So make sure to visit the Pilgrim Monument when you're here in P-Town, because from at the top of the 252 foot tall structure, you get some amazing views. And as a matter of fact, where the tower is, it's at the highest point in all of Cape Cod. All right, we should probably go get some food while we're here. So I'll see you in town at one of its great restaurants. All right, we're back in town, and here's the place. This is the Canteen. So the Canteen is a really nice restaurant where you order at the counter, and you can order a lot of great stuff, especially their lobster rolls, whether it's hot or cold. So I decided to get one of their hot lobster rolls, and it was absolutely delicious. Very flavorful, very juicy, absolutely fantastic. Yeah, I've been really enjoying my time here in Provincetown, as well as checking out the other different communities around Cape Cod. But before we end this video, we need to head over to the point over that way, near where Pilgrim's Landing is. So I'll see you there. And we're about 1.5 miles west of Provincetown on the Cape, and this is the Pilgrim's Landing. So, believe it or not, the Pilgrims did not make their first landfall in Plymouth, or where Plymouth is today. They actually made landfall around this area here in present-day Provincetown. So there's a little marker over that way which commemorates their very first landing. And not only that too, but over here there's a really nice causeway which goes out to the end of the Cape. Yep, and out here on the causeway you can see a great view of Provincetown. And then it's like, I'm not even halfway across the causeway yet, but if you keep going to the other end, we'll go to the end of the Cape, and we got a couple lighthouses over there too. But yeah, I'm probably not going to continue any further on the causeway just because there are some steep climbs as I keep going, and I'd rather not do that unless I had someone else here, just to be safe. So, but I mainly want to come out here just to get some really cool views of the water and of course Provincetown. But yeah, there's more to Provincetown than just what we saw here in the town, and of course this causeway and all the food we had. All throughout Cape Cod, we have the Cape Cod National Seashore. We got a lot of cool beaches and trails. I'm planning to cover that in a separate video, including Race Point Beach, which is to the north of Provincetown, along here in the Cape. But yeah, I've had such a great time here in Provincetown, and of course also had a great time to check out Hyannis and Chatham. There are 3 communities you have to check out here in Cape Cod, and there are many others to check out too. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video here in Cape Cod. So if you enjoyed this video, be sure to click that subscribe button to come on and join me for the adventure. And don't forget to click that notification bell so that way you know when a new video goes live. Well, thank you for watching, and this is Scott of the Scott Man signing out from Cape Cod.